Woodard Sr. And guess what? This is episode 68. This is our 1 year anniversary. So we're taking it back to the beginning. My wife, Christine Woodard, is joining me for a couple minutes. And then we got some other guests that were pivotal in starting off, etc., with the Woodard's podcast. It's going to be incredible. Honey, thank you for joining me. I know you're in New Orleans on work right now, but thanks for joining me. How are you?
I'm good. I'm just tired, but I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah,
The time change is different, so it kind of makes it a little. It's like when we change the clocks. That's what it reminds me of. So, and I
gotcha.
didn't think it would affect me that much, but it's been a lot of work. But it's been actually very gratifying. So,
Yeah. Okay. Well,
yeah.
listen, I really appreciate you being able to take a couple minutes, and I know you got to go in a little bit, but um, hey, 1 year. We've been
Mhm.
1 year, and
It
you
flew.
started off with me on this grind. Can you just talk about, all of the times that we were talking about trying to bring this together and coming up with the name? You remember all those conversations? Tell me about that.
Hmm. Oh yeah. The nice thing that I think that's helped a lot is just being able to create the logo, and you sticking
Yeah,
with it. I'm almost wondering if we should update that logo now with all the technology. Am I echoing or am I okay?
you're good on my side.
Okay, good. Maybe it's something outside in the back, but okay.
Crickets.
So it's been a lot. I mean, there's a lot, and it's funny because I don't like to sit there and be on the scenes in the scene, but I'm
Yeah.
here because I figured it's been a year, so
Yeah,
here I am.
very important day, and you look beautiful, by the way. I
Oh,
just want to
thanks.
say that.
Thanks.
Absolutely.
My hair. I woke up like this.
You woke up like this.
No, I
You know,
didn't. Oh, I've been waking up and my hair has been like standing on end. So it's just I've been like just tired and out of it, not eating right.
yeah,
So and it makes
yeah,
a difference when you're not because you can feel it, you know.
yeah.
And I've been drinking caffeine, and you know that I had cold turkey caffeine. So
Okay.
I've been drinking caffeine to try to get through, but it don't feel good. So
It's perfect.
no, it don't. When it wears off, you're like no.
Yeah.
So, but
Well,
I've had one of the best school visit experiences, and I'll share more later. But what a blessing it was to see four schools, one campus, K through 12 in Lafayette, Louisiana, and I was able to see a K2, a 3-5, a 6-8, and a 9-12 resource classroom. And I know I'm probably off topic, but I want you to know this. And to be able to see kids born with Down syndrome in our schools in Louisiana, like, just made me so happy. So it's an experience. You saw the videos probably that I sent you, and you probably can
yeah.
look at them some more. But it was like so emotional. So
Let me
um,
set that. Let me set that part up. So, as
okay,
you all know, I'm the president and executive
I'm
director
sorry. Yep,
of
go ahead.
the
Yep.
Down Syndrome Association in Tampa Bay. My wife
Hmm.
Christine is the advocacy director, and she also works in the school system for Charter School USA down here. And she has been um, ESE all of her career, and she
Hmm.
advocates, and this is what she does. And so she's in New Orleans right now, visiting other schools in
Hmm.
Louisiana, and she was able to go and see some of these students because
Hmm.
most of the Charter School USA schools do not have children that Craig Jr. Would be able to go to the classroom. So
It's called
tell
so
me,
basically. I'm sorry to cut you off, but it's
yeah.
called a continuum of services,
Okay.
and in Florida, most of our schools are contracted with the school district, and the school district is the umbrella over the charter school. So even though it's its own entity, and Charter Schools USA pays for their own schools and everything that goes along with it, we still get state funding. But the district is our management company, and they
Mhm.
control a lot of things we do. And one of the things in the contract is kids can be in this least restricted environment, but typically it's only 20% of the day, which could only be they can only be outside of the regular gen ed environment. So sorry if I'm talking kind of
That's
logistically
okay.
educational, but in Louisiana, they are their own local education agency. So they're like their own school district here. So they do things differently. So
Okay.
for me to be able to go to work and see kids with Down syndrome, I totally disrupted their classroom.
Yeah.
Totally went in there, like kids were wound up and dancing, and I'm like, but the teachers were so amazing. The campus was unbelievable. There's 4 schools. Each school has 1,000 kids in the school, and those kids are in the schools and they are in there thriving, and they've been there for years and just moving. So the kids know them. But what a blessing. I think there was about 9 kids born with Down syndrome from
Okay.
kindergarten through 12th grade. And I was able to see every one of them. And tomorrow I'm going to go back and harass them again and get them to dance and sing for me and stuff. So this was, even though an exhausting trip, I was
Yeah.
very excited. But so I just wanted to kind of plug that a little bit. I was super excited. It's called ARCA is the charter school, and what an amazing staff and crew. It's been a great experience. So,
Let me
but
ask you this: do
yeah.
you anticipate, or could you see, the fact that you are there, and obviously your boss and all the higher ups? Could you see them opening up the floodgates down in Florida and expanding their ESE program to allow children blessed with Down syndrome to be serviced there?
So it can be done. So it just
Okay.
not about like your disability or anything. It can be done. But the amount of services and the amount of rigor at the
Yeah.
schools, so charter schools USA is very rigorous. It would be difficult, but with guidance, I think he would do well. But you saw the kid put the numbers, the 100s, 425, and he was on
Yeah.
the smart board moving the stuff around. To me, I don't know if, I mean, I don't know if any of that you want to share next time or whatever. We can share it and talk about it. But what a great thing. So
Yeah.
um,
Amazing.
yeah, yes, but definitely that's going to be a fight. I think for Craig, he's in a wonderful place right now, but maybe for high school, like
Mhm.
really just starting to plug those things. But I need to find a plan for when he gets to high school. I think that that's very crucial for us. Right now, he's doing great and in a great place, but high school is going to be the kicker, and it's coming. I mean, he's in 6th grade, so
Yeah. Yeah.
yep, yep.
I know
So
you got to run. Can you leave us with some great parting words about um, the the podcast? I mean, 68 episodes
yep,
strong.
yep,
March 4th is our anniversary.
yep.
What are your thoughts? I know that there are certain reasons why you kind of stepped out a little bit. You were on the first few episodes.
I said,
Yeah.
where am I supposed to look? I don't even know where to look. Like I'm sitting next to you, like, what do I do? I don't even know what to do. But I like it better like this because I almost feel like I'm on a Zoom call. So, and I'm
Yes.
really glad that, other people are getting involved and getting on and spreading the word and doing more than just Riverview. We're in Riverview, Florida, or Tampa. Like more,
Right.
you're expanding more and being
Yeah.
able to see all the people and giving the opportunity. Just when we logged on to do the prep with your your other guests, the guests that are coming on, to see how excited they are and just to have that connection still is super awesome. So I absolutely love it. I don't want to be the host of it. I can come in and do a cameo, but that's about it for me. So I know this is your thing, and you've been doing it now a year, and it's your mom's
Yeah.
birthday
Yeah. I'll never
today, right?
forget our anniversary. Right.
Yeah, yeah, DSAB, or I mean, I'm sorry, not DSAB, but your mom's birthday and this
Yeah. Yeah.
podcast. So
Absolutely.
yes, just being able to expand, and then I just continually having topics. And I think if people have topics they want to talk about or
Mhm.
want to come on the show, just have them come and do it just like this. Here I'm in a hotel room and way far
Yeah.
away. So but
Yep.
yep, just continually to do. I have some other ideas, but we can talk about that later. But I just wanted to say thanks to everybody that watches, and and you're doing a great job, and just getting advocacy. And I'm the advocacy director, but you're doing all advocacy on your end too. So
Well, I gotta do my part and use this platform. I've
hmm
been blessed, to have a background in media, as you know,
hmm
and I have two gentlemen that got us started here that I am going to
wait,
bring
those so
in.
that's who helped you with the whole setup and everything too.
Absolutely,
Oh
yes.
yes, oh yes,
Absolutely.
that's
So
awesome.
it
So
wouldn't have
those are
been
the
right
guys.
not to have them
Yeah.
on. You know.
Yeah, because you were driving me nuts with all this technology. So I'm good that somebody else can help because I get tired. So,
Absolutely.
but I got to go because we have
All
another
right.
get together just for, because we only get together. We have North Carolina, South Carolina, Louisiana, and Florida together. So anytime we get together as an academic team to work on stuff, we just make the best of it. And it is exhausting, but I'll be home tomorrow night.
Awesome.
So,
Well, listen, have a safe trip. I will
okay.
see you when you get back. Okay. I love you.
All right. All right.
All right,
Enjoy
we'll see.
the podcast. All right.
Absolutely. Thanks for
Do I
joining too. I
hang?
appreciate it.
Should I hang
Yeah,
up, or do you want me to wait till you bring them in?
yeah. No, you can go ahead and hang up, and then I'll bring them in. Okay.
Okay. All right. Bye
Thank you.
bye.
Appreciate you.
Yeah.
All
Signing off.
right. Christine Woodard, ladies and gentlemen, signing off. This is just fantastic for me to have my wife on. She was on with the first couple episodes with us, and then um, she just was like, I don't like being on camera, and so you do it, you do the thing, and I kept the name, etc., with the Woodards because that's still. I'm representing her when I'm out here doing my thing. So I really appreciate her dialing in. It was really cool. Hey, really quick before I bring my guys in, we're gonna have some fun. By the way, but I wanted to talk about the Down Syndrome Association of Tampa Bay. Of course, we are in March right now. March 21st is World Down Syndrome Day. We have our biggest fundraiser coming up on March 21st. It's called Down to Bowl 5. My vice president, Drew Garabo, from Drew Garabo Live on the radio station down here, big radio star down here. He has been epic in running this fundraiser called Down to Bowl 5. It's a bowling event and it sells out every year. We raised over $30,000 last year. Um, the, uh, the lanes at the bowling alley right now, we only have 11 spots available, 11 lanes available. So you can go to my website, www.dsatb.org, click on upcoming events, click on Down the Bowl 5, and you can register. It's $100 per player, $200 for two, and $400 for a foursome, and that takes up one lane. So there's only 11 lanes left. March 21st at Pin Chasers Bowling Alley, out on the Veterans and Hillsborough Avenue. So don't be left out if you're here local. Man, I'm telling you, we're going to have a silent auction. We got some great stuff there. They give out Tampa Bay Lightning tickets. I think last year they auctioned off one of the suites at the Lightning game. It's going to be fantastic. So please come on out. All right, 1 year anniversary, episode 68. I am bringing in first my cousin Podgy Carter. Welcome him to the stage. I am also bringing in my main man J Pad, the juggernaut, Jason Miner from Pittsburgh, and Podgy Carter is hailing from Houston, Texas right now. I could not have anybody else besides my wife on, but you two gentlemen. Fellas, thank you so much for joining me tonight.
What up? What up? C Wood. It's all good. 814 in the building.
Yes,
You already know
sir.
what it is, man. You
Yes,
know what I'm
sir.
saying?
Absolutely.
814 stand up, PA stand tough. You already know how we do, man. Mellow man, what's going on, family?
Do you know what today is?
It's our
It's
anniversary.
his
My boy
anniversary.
Dismos checking in from the West Coast. What's going on, Dismos? How you doing, brother?
Oh man, this is great, fellas. I'm so pleased that you guys could join me. I want to take this back to the beginning. As many times as I done bugged y'all, I done called you guys. Podgy, we was on the phone for a couple hours. Jay, man, I'm gonna tell you what, getting all this stuff together. I want people to know, because people ask me now that the show has become, successful, and we're a year in now. I want to start a podcast. How do you do this? How do you start a podcast? And I'm like, well, you got to call Jason Miner, and then you got to call Bobby Carter, and. So I did what I knew how to do to get started, which is use my resources. I had to go to the guys that are in it. Podgy owns a radio station, LFX Media. Jay, you a super producer down in Pittsburgh. You've been doing this, and you have a podcast for the longest time. So I want you guys, and I'll start with Jason. I'll start with you. Tell me, J Pad, just a little. I want you to tell them what we went through and how you helped me um, grow this podcast, man.
Well, it's really really interesting, see, because it kind of like was a full circle moment for me. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? And the reason why I say that is because there was one day up in Erie. You
yeah,
know, this was like 1997,
hmm,
and I'm just out and about for the night. I ended up going to the Gannon Audi to watch a game, and I said, you know what? I saw C down there, and he was covering something for sports for
yep,
Channel 12,
yep,
which is WICU in Erie.
yep.
And I ran up on C. Now, first and foremost, our history goes back way further than
Oh,
that.
yes,
We've been friends and good buddies since the Upward Bound days
man.
in high school.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? For those who remember Upward Bound. So
yeah.
C Wood, you know what I'm saying, dunking on us and everything. We had to bow down to the master, when it come to that stuff. But we used to
Yeah,
have a lot of
Woody.
fun. Yeah, we used to have a lot of fun, but no, some years later, you know what I'm saying, as we started becoming young men,
Yeah.
um, C Wood was working at Channel 12, and I just saw him and I pulled him to the side. I said, "Hey, C man, look, I got some experience in this field, man. You think you
Hmm,
could put a good word in for me at Channel 12?"
hmm.
So really, at the end of the day, my television career clearly exists and only exists because of one Craig Woodard. You know what I'm saying? And I thank Craig to this day because it's something that I built a skill set, and I ended up taking that and coming to Pittsburgh and working for the NBC affiliate here in Pittsburgh. You know what
Big
I
move.
mean? And
Big
I
move.
would have never had a career in television, period, if it wasn't for C putting the word in for me. You know what I'm saying? Things didn't really work out in Erie like I wanted it to, but I was in a transition phase, obviously. And I
Yeah.
moved to the Steel City right around 2000. But that was just from the past. So the reason why I say full circle is because later on down the road, come about last year, you know what I'm saying, Podge hit me up and said, "Hey, cuz need your help." And I said, "Okay, okay. This is what I do because what people don't understand or know about what I do now, you know what I'm saying, being an elder statesman, I'm on the Pittsburgh Hip Hop Wall of Fame, yada yada yada. We'll talk about all that stuff down the road, but just to get to the meat and the bones of this, I'm a home studio consultant. And what that is I go around the area here and I teach people how to run studio at home.
Mm.
So I'm already setting up equipment for people at their houses and empowering them with the knowledge on how to be able to do things. You know what I'm saying? And
Amazing.
so you already know, man. And so when C put the call in, it was a no-brainer for me. I said, you know what, bro? We're gonna make this a reality. I told C, I started sending him Amazon links left and right out the
Yes.
wazoo, and I said, here, man, get this, get this, get this, get this. And then
Yes.
we wrapped around because it was a few times because C was trying to use a laptop, and I was like, well, that ain't
Yeah.
really a laptop, man. That's like a Chromebook.
Yeah.
They ain't gonna cut the mustard. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? You
Right.
gotta get you a laptop. And so, we just did that consult, and man, C was up and running in no time. I'm super happy because I was like, man, C's gonna come right back to being exactly what he is, and he's a multimedia specialist. I'm a multimedia specialist. The mellow man right next to me is a multimedia specialist. So
Yeah.
we did the trifecta move, and here we are today, a year later. And big congratulations to my homeboy, my
Man.
brother from another mother, C Wood.
Man. Oh man.
Shout out to
I
everybody in
really
the chat. I see y'all in the chat, man. What up, though?
I really appreciate that, Jay, man. That means the world to me, man. And going back, like you said, man, we go back all the way. And actually, it was for me. It was the summer before high school. I was going into ninth grade when we were at the Upper Bound, man. So it's been a
Yeah.
long time, man. We've known each other, man, and of course, y'all know I know who to pick when I need help with this stuff, man. And I got two of the best in the business right here, which is amazing. Thank you for those kind of words, J
Oh,
Pat. I
you're
want to
welcome, bro.
move.
You're welcome. Hey, you know what, man? And
Yeah.
and I'm not done giving you your flowers, bro, because
Oh,
really at the end of the day, you are a trailblazer for our city. You know what I'm saying? You have been a pillar. You've been a pillar for our city. You've been a voice for our city, a strong voice. Not
thanks.
just on the football field, not just on the basketball court. not just in everything that you did athletically, but when you were able to transfer it over into multimedia and
Yeah.
be one of the pioneers of black multimedia in the city of Erie. You know what I'm saying? We gotta congratulate that. We have to put that on a pedestal. You know, because me and Podge, we was like street media. You know what I'm saying? Like we
Yeah.
was going out there putting our lives on the line a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Trying to cover the stuff going on. The police at us like, hey, listen, man, you guys gotta get out of here. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
but but no. See you as a professional. I tip my cap to you, brother. You know what
Thank
I'm
you.
saying? You
Thank
have
you.
been a pillar of excellence.
Thank
Whatever you have done, you know what I mean. And I'm not saying this just because I know Craig. I seen Craig work. I seen Craig put the work in and continuously and tirelessly put the work in. Just because a lot of other people don't recognize or see the work and the efforts that Craig has put in, I'm gonna put it on a pedestal right now and say, man, see, bruh, well done, sir, well
you.
done,
I
and
appreciate it.
continue to keep doing what you're doing, man.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Thank you so much. It's funny that you say that because I start thinking about things, the accomplishments and things you went through. So we know that there has only been a handful of um, black on-air personalities that have come through Erie, Pennsylvania. You know,
Right.
um, and I don't know if you guys know this, and I know you'll appreciate this, but when I moved into the weekend sports anchor slash reporter position, I had to join two unions: the NAFTRA, or no, the AFTRA union for on-air personality, and NABIT for behind the scenes. And so what that meant was, and I didn't know how complex this was, but what that meant was if you were a behind the scene guy, like Jason, when you came in, you did a lot of the production and the camera work and stuff like that. That is what you do, but you could not appear on air, right?
Right.
Um, the on-air personalities, Mike Ruzzi, Lisa Adams, the on-air personalities could not pick up a camera
No.
because of the unions, right?
Right.
I was the only one in the building that was in two unions that could take a camera to a game, put it on a tripod, do my own stand up on camera, and go back and deliver the news on air, right? And what happens is I am the only African American in Erie media history to be in two unions to be able to do what I did by being on camera and also being able to operate a camera. No one else in the history of Erie media has been able to do that. That was African Americans. How about that?
Yeah, and we just had Black History Month, so
Yeah,
that's why no matter whether it's Black History 365 for us, and
absolutely.
we're going to give the accolades and the flowers where they deserve to be. And Podge too, you know what I'm saying? Podgy is an accredited author. He's a scholar. He's got sheepskin, just like you
Mm,
got sheepskin.
yeah,
My sheepskin came from the School of Hard Knocks, but we all got a little sheepskin somewhere. My name appears in Wikipedia. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
And for the work that I've done in hip hop, I am on the Pittsburgh Hip Hop Wall of Fame. C's doing what he's doing with the Down Syndrome Association in
yeah,
Tampa, and
yeah,
we both can relate to that because we both have children. We both had children right around the
yeah.
same time
Absolutely.
when we were
Yeah,
at television, and my
yeah,
son was blessed with Asperger's. You know what I'm saying? And so it means a lot to me to see Craig, being a champion for those, and his son Craig Jr. Big shout out to Craig Jr.
yeah,
And the Mellow Man. What can I say about the Mellow Man? You know what I'm saying? Me and Podge been pretty much at the hip ever since we met each other, for real, for real. You know what I'm saying?
absolutely.
Always great camaraderie with you brothers, and that's what it is. Big shout out to everybody that's been tapping in the chat too. I see y'all, man. Those are some of my lovely radio fam from the West Coast. You know what I'm saying? Beat Boys TV. I see you, Malcolm. I see you. You already know what it is. Love and light to all y'all, man.
That's awesome. Well, we appreciate it, man. Thank you so much for all those kind words. And Podge has been waiting, and he's ready. And I'm gonna pass this on to Podge now. Podge, if y'all don't know, the Woodards are related to the Carters, right? So Podge is my cousin, and
Yes.
we grew up. and Prodigy's a little older than me,
Mhm.
and my big cousin DC, and um, I still remember hanging with those guys when I was a youngin', man, and
Mhm.
Prodigy is a media pioneer, and I reached out to him, and I'm like, "Cuz, I wanna put on a podcast, man, but I don't know how to get started." I said, once I get started, I think I'll be good because everything will come back. But I don't know how to get started. I don't know this stuff. Can you help me?
Mhm.
Prodigy, you remember that phone call, man? Take me back to when your phone rang and you saw C Wood on the other line.
Well, like you said, taking it back to the porch on 21st Street, taking it
Ah,
back to the courts where we've been, balling,
yeah,
from Bergman to the JFK, we was slinging that rock and
yeah,
talking
Yes.
about the
yeah.
basketball. But
Hmm.
actually, when you did call, and it was just we hadn't talked in a very long time, but it was just we just picked up right where we left off, and it was just like um, it was hours before I looked up. It was like 2 hours in, we still had things to discuss and
Yeah,
things to ours is creating a path for you. And
yeah,
it didn't matter to me how long we was on the phone. And this is part of kind of being in control of your own destiny. When we started, and
yeah,
I'll give J Pad his
yeah,
flowers because we started the Lake Effect Productions,
Correct.
and the event that I did and we did together, it was a symposium. It was a now mind you, you do business as and you do certain things, but this is when it check. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
And I'll never forget the doctor's name. Dr. Hank Hill, who came to Erie briefly, and I think he went back to New York, but he was briefly in Erie doing his thing, and he had a health symposium line hotel, and he requested our
Yes.
services and recording, and that was the
Wow.
thing that jumped off the Lake Effect Productions. Even
Correct.
when Lazy G Productions, we was doing a lot of things where we made history downtown Erie. We made history, and I sit
Correct.
back and watch what's going on now, and a lot of them don't know that we actually brought the black audience to downtown Erie, and
Correct.
it was a sellout affair every time. It was professional. Matter of fact, we did I wish I got to ask Fonzo if he still got some of that videotape.
Fonzo. What up, Fonz?
Fonzo pick.
Yes.
Me, Jason, we had a song called the J to the P to the C Connect rap song.
Yeah.
Jason Minor, Podgy, and Chili J. J to
Yeah.
Chili
the P
J.
to the
Chili
shout
J.
out to Chill as well, because we talk about
Shout out Chili J.
we talk about our I went to the borough, I went to Edinburgh, and we had I went as a communications major, and my love for music, this is a full circle moment as well. My love for music really to Columbus, Ohio, where my dad had a den with Marantz. We had
Oh,
Heat
all the
Wave,
classic stuff.
Too Hot to Handle, and we were in Columbus, Ohio. So the Steve Arrington sounds that we hear now, it was a lot of the stuff that I was raised in. I got to see, OJs and all of this type stuff. So it goes back to there. But again, when we're talking about laying foundation professional, I decided to go be Kid Capri or somebody like that. I mean,
Right.
I was so on the sidelines because Chill so nice. Nobody knew that I had the DJ skills, but they knew that we did show FSE out there at Edinburgh, and as a communications major, I had to take a class called Radio 101
Yeah.
in Compton Hall, and it was dark and it was gloomy. And we at the time step outside and get some fresh air, if you know what I'm saying. That door would lock, so one of us had to be in and have your foot in the door. But Radio 101, I had to take a class and get my FCC license. So from there, I had to get my own show. Chill already had a popping show on the radio on WFSC, and then I joined him on his show, and people loved it. Next thing I know, I did my show. But leaving Edinburgh, I had broadcast show classes as well, video
Mm-hmm.
broadcasting. So when I left, what I started doing was filming weddings,
Mm.
talking, what I mean, early. And when I was at
Yo,
Yeah.
mad early. I mean,
mad
hmm,
early,
Yeah.
mad
and
early.
when I was filming the weddings, they were like, "Do you do still shots as well?" I said, "Yes,
I
this
can do that.
video still shots." So
Absolutely.
of
Yeah.
course I can do that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So it gives me joy to be here with you guys. I mean, we were like we did the shows downtown, standing room only. The police came in. We beyond the fire code. You know what I'm saying? People standing
Way
on
past that code.
bleachers,
I
people
mean,
outside.
way past it.
Yeah, and it was a collaboration of a bunch of talented artists, Triangle Funk, a lot
Yes,
of the Lazy G
that was
performers.
one of my early groups that I produced way back in the early '90s.
Mm.
Mhm.
Yeah, Triangle Funk, man, what a time that was, man. We had the State Street Tavern at that
Mm.
time, and
SST.
man, the SST opened their doors to us. So I got to shout out the people that used to own the SST because it's not there anymore, obviously. But the people that had it at that time, boy, they gave us a chance and created an atmosphere that I don't think the city ever saw. You know what I mean? And for historical purposes, man, got to tip my cap to that. Just like I was saying about C Wood, you know what I'm saying? Getting back to both of you guys. I mean, Pods, you just let the people know that you had an FCC license. A lot of people don't know the significance of having a license or being able to obtain an FCC license like that. I mean, that really is a lot of pioneering and early, greatness, man. And so, with C being what he is, it was just a no brainer to come back to the table with you, C,
Yeah.
because like I said, man, you're a legend. You know what I'm saying? I knew as soon as you got back behind the camera and got comfortable with this platform and how to work this machine that we have
Yeah.
here now.
Yeah.
I knew you were gonna be fine, bro. And you've done leaps and bounds.
Mm.
Leaps and bounds, and I knew it would be that way. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
just in perspective, this is the anniversary of etc. with the Woodards. I'm so happy to be here and be a part of this production because this is what we do. We are multimedia and we are a voice for the people. And we are utilizing our platforms because me and Paji were running the AM King show while Craig was building this etc. with the Woodards. And all of us can agree one thing that we've been putting on content to put people in a mindset
Yeah.
that's above where they possibly could be right now. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And
Yeah.
so, that's another thing that we have to definitely, I'm clapping for it because it's like, it's about time, and we need balance in the media, and
Yeah.
these type of platforms do just that.
You know, I appreciate you saying that, man. That's awesome, and I agree 100%. JPad, I want to know, and because you guys, y'all my road dogs, man, and
Yeah,
your feedback, and even if it's a like, so AC, I see you, I know I'm moving in the right direction, and I've seen that over the last year from both of y'all. I want your opinions, because I took this thing and I ran with it. I didn't know what I was doing, but I knew what I was doing, and I knew that
Yes.
whatever content I could come up with, I'm going to talk about. And then the shift happened in July 2nd.
Mm.
Marcello Woodard,
Right.
shot and killed by Kevin Seelinger, parole agent.
Mhm.
And me being down here in Tampa, Florida, thought, what can I want to be up there protesting with my fellas and my squad. We were a whole bunch of people that just jumped off the porch and said, "Look, I want to help. I want to help." And I thought, what can I do? And then I'm like, wait a minute, I got a platform that I can dedicate to, that we can put pressure on this district attorney to push the agenda here. And I want to know, because I know you guys have seen a number of different shows and the short clips and all kinds of stuff. What is your opinions about how I handled the shift for quite some time, leading all the way up and after the arrest?
I'll let the Abbott talk first. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
For sure. As an athlete, I think you took the ball and ran with it, and I appreciate in this type of um, commentary from the heart. Commentary from the heart. You
Mm-hmm.
really have to get a hold of your emotions. Um, causes. I saw you cry. I cried too.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
we couldn't help it. You know what I mean? Because emotions, you don't turn emotion off. So the professionalism, the if for lack of a better word, and the people who came through with the BS, you handled it
Yeah.
well. And being
And
being
that's
from
still going on, cuz.
yeah, yeah, and it's unfortunate, but it's just life. And I don't even want to say Erie because I've been to Hackensack,
Yeah.
New Jersey. I've been to Trenton. I've been to
Yeah.
Compton. For from Hollis to Hollywood, as LL said. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's a lot of laughterness, and there's a lot of are crabs in a barrel. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not biting my
Yeah.
tongue. Like, there's a lot of crabs in the barrel in the city, but there's a
Yeah.
lot of movement. We saw a lot of movement too, and, and I would say if there were some awards to be given out, you deserve one for your commentary during that. You deserve an award for your commentary,
Mm.
and it's not over. It's not over. Will be served, and it's just certain things that like you said, the three of us are pioneers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Pat he's told you in the underwinds of we was out there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I have a case that's case law in Pennsylvania, case law. So if you go to the law library and you see what I went through, case to help your situation if you're in a similar situation. So
Wow.
being the pioneers that it goes
Yeah.
beyond the FEC license. It goes beyond the MBA in publishing. It goes publishing, and people look at these things as uh, uh, flexes or whatever it is. I worked hard for my business. I worked hard to
Yeah.
have 3 Microsoft certifications. I worked hard to have business operations and QuickBooks, Excel. I worked hard at that.
Yeah.
And what I would, the message that I would like to, if we were to pause and there was one message that I want everyone to hear,
Hmm.
is education never ends. It's a never
Right.
ending journey. Every morning that you should be getting educated, informed. I told my daughters
Hmm.
and my son, go to school till there's no more school left. And guess what?
Yeah.
You can create some more school when you got your master, all of that. You can still create and learning and teaching. Being great, the formula to being great is making someone else great. This man over here, JPad, his son is, he
Hmm.
builds computers. He, I, I don't even like.
Yeah.
I mean, Craig Jennings,
Yeah.
my little cuz, man. I just love watching him
Inspiring, inspiring
sing.
every single day.
Yeah,
The joy that he has, see,
hmm
is
Yeah.
enough. If you can't catch a ray of sunshine from Craig's son, it's something wrong with you. You're soulless. I mean,
Yeah.
and that's
hmm
just keeping it real. You know what I'm
he's
saying? My son is,
hilarious.
yeah, yeah. Oh,
He
he's
is.
hilarious. You know what I'm saying? My son is the
He,
same way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Kids that are on the spectrum and that are blessed with these gifts, because I
Yeah.
say gifts because they have them. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness, do they
Yeah.
have them?
Yeah.
And
it's
it's
true.
something that we could even take, from it, because we can see the joy that they have in the carefree, joy that they spread around the people, and that's something that we can all take and grasp. You know what I mean? And Craig, getting back to
Yes,
your
sir.
original question, just to jump in if I can,
Yeah.
when the Marcello situation went down, we all sat back and we watched it, and we was like, man, this is really messed up. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? This is not cool. This is not right. And Craig, when you stepped in with your platform and pushed and pushed and pushed, you know what I'm saying? You and all the guests that you've had on the show. And I didn't want to just
Yeah.
single in one in particular. When I want to give flowers to everybody that was on the show pushing with you. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? To get
Yeah.
results. And we got to say that the show definitely was an agent for bringing results in that case.
Yeah.
We have to say that
Yeah.
because this is the power of black media that's
Yeah.
in a high vibrational state. When we're in a high vibrational state like that and we're telling the facts and we're being positive, we're being respectful, we're being responsible media, responsible media,
Yeah.
results are going to happen from that. You know what I'm saying? We have terms in television, fluff, right? We have other, you know what I mean?
Fake news.
Fluff,
Yeah.
things of that nature that really sensationalize what can really be the real story. And
Right.
when you get down to the meat and the bones and you start digging in, like me and Podge say all the time, we dig down the rabbit hole in every situation repeatedly and often. Craig, you did that. And the results are we have a trial now.
Yeah.
We have a trial now. We have a potential for a conviction and for a potential to right the ship for a family that was really done wrong by the county of Erie. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And Erie County needs to be held accountable just like any other county. Allegheny, where I
Yeah.
am, where
Yeah.
where Podgy is, all the places that we've been, there's a lot of injustices that go on. And the example that we have set with this particular case, with et cetera, with the Woodards,
Yeah.
is to be studied and really to be molded. It's a mold because there's ways to get things done if you go about doing it the right way. And what a better brother to bring that to light than Craig. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
man.
Craig does it, man. You know what I'm saying? He's my multimedia hero. That's what made me as good in front of the camera as I am. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
I've gotten pretty good and comfortable in
Yeah.
front of the camera. And I just remember every time before right before the light goes on,
Yeah.
and I go like this to you, see?
Yeah.
And I used to go like this to you before that
Yep.
light went on. You
Yep.
know what? Craig just sit there and then all of a sudden he'd be like,
Boom. That's right.
"Hey man, these are
Yeah.
things that you learn.
Yeah.
This is responsible journalism. This
Yeah.
is journalism coming from somebody that looks like me that I can look up to and I can say, "You know what? I can do that too.
Yeah.
I can do that too. I can make a change in my community by having a platform where we speak out on the injustices, where we speak out on things that matter to us as a community." So well done, Craig, because like I
Thank you.
said, man, without this broadcasting this thing, we didn't know that this was going to be a purpose for this, but
Right.
we ended up seeing that it was a necessity. Sometimes the popular
Yeah.
route has to go by the wayside, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna
Yeah.
tell you that right now again. Sometimes the popular route has to go by the wayside, and the necessary has to take the forefront.
Yeah.
So well done, sir. Well done.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I had to pivot. I had to pivot. You guys know in the media business that, like you said, the popular stuff has to go by the wayside. It would have been easy to continue to bring up different content to have a safe podcast. The hard part was to attack the state of Pennsylvania and fight for justice and poke holes in a story that we knew was not true. And so,
Exactly.
to have the guts, to know that I'm protected by the First Amendment, freedom of speech, freedom of the press, right?
Freedom of the
Um,
press.
I can talk about public things as long as I use keywords like allegedly and things like that. And when Deontay and I were on, and we would
Shout out
play that game.
Deontay.
Yeah, shout out to DC, man. I tell you, he came on and brought a lot of fire, man, and I just really appreciate him joining when he did. And we 2 times a week sat down and we said, okay, let's play devil's advocate. Let's throw some scenarios out there, and it gets people thinking. You know what I mean? It got people thinking like, wait a minute, that couldn't have happened. How did that happen? So we really worked well together, putting that piece together, and there was a lot of static, as y'all know, through the city. There
Yes.
was a lot of division on
Yeah.
social media. There's division now, but you know what? There's nothing, absolutely nothing, that will make me stop fighting for my cousin Marcello Woodard and his father Charles Sonny Woodard, and fighting for justice. And so when I
Wonderful.
am speaking about the family, I am speaking about my big cousin, and I'm giving his voice some life, and I have the green light to do so. And there's some other things going on where some people don't want people talking about this or talking about that and this and that. Listen, I'm not shutting up for anybody. I'm not.
Right.
I was blessed with a platform, blessed with a voice, and you know, my cousin Sonny appreciates what I do, and so
And even if we're in different areas, see, we're
yeah,
standing behind you 110%. I want people in Erie to know that. We're
yeah,
behind y'all 110%. Just because we're in different cities does not mean that we are not being proactive behind the scenes or being in the same likeness as you guys and
hmm,
being in on the same accord and being on the front line, because everybody you see on this panel right here knows how to get on the front line.
absolutely,
You know what I'm saying? When it comes to agendas that we believe in, that's why me and Podge, we used to put our freedom at risk being out there, being
yeah,
in street media. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying? Because we needed to make sure that there was balance. There's balance in this, and if you
hmm,
do this responsibly, that's the beautiful thing about Craig's accolades of being a great journalist. This is journalism, ladies and
yeah,
gentlemen. Journalism has everything to do with these principles that we're talking about. You know, being responsible, being accountable, being
yes,
holding ourselves accountable by holding them accountable. You know
yes,
what I'm saying? If we don't do that, If we don't start speaking up in these atmospheres and in these realms, and P, I want to let you talk about this a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I mean, I think it's important that we all take a stand. That's exactly what we were doing on the AM King show. We would bring certain subjects up on purpose to make the people think,
Yes.
because
Yes.
this is something that gets turned off sometimes.
Yep.
And what we don't realize as a people, people that look like us, okay, people that look like us, we got to use our brain a little bit more. We
Yeah.
got to use some brain power. And the only way that we can start sparking these healthy debates is we have to present it via the media. And
Yes.
we are media. Just make no mistake about that. No matter whether we work for NBC or this, that, and the third, we are still media. And we're
Yep.
still going to bring it to you the way it needs to be brought to you. So I just want to put that out there, P. If you want to go ahead and throw some things in there, feel free, brother.
Yes, sir.
So LFA circle back. The LLC, the description is described as a and a publishing company, podcasts, publishing books, audio books. The 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 framework is laid. You know, LFX Media again, and I'm going to say it till I'm blue in the face, but some people really don't understand. LF stands for the lake effect. You know, we just condensed it. It's still
The
about
lake effect.
the crib.
Yep.
LFX Media is the lake effect.
Yeah.
Just in case you didn't know.
We are.
And
Hey,
that
P, I just wanted to just stop and give you the flowers on that too, because we have to drive that point home. When you see us, no matter where we are, and no matter
Yeah.
where I am in the world, no matter if my name is in Wikipedia, I've done work with Miss Toy. I'll be on the show tonight, as a matter of fact, in about an hour and a half. You know what I'm saying? Broadcasting live from Vegas. No
Yeah.
matter whether you see me, everybody knows out here that I am from Erie, Pennsylvania. And I proudly say that. I proudly say that. I may not, my path may have taken me to another place. Podge's path may have taken him to another place. Craig's path may have taken him to another place, but raise that shirt up one time, bro. I mean, you know what I'm
Hey.
saying? Just so people can see.
Come on now.
814. You know
Come
what
on
I'm
now.
saying? 814. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And we all have 814 in our blood. It's always going to be there. And we're always going to be a source for all of y'all back home to reach out to. If you need consultation, if you need a brother to talk to, if you just need somebody to fill your day with a little bit of positivity, don't hesitate to hit us up.
I agree with you, man. And to piggyback on that, and then Paji, if you could finish up, I know you still have your thought, including in with LFX Media, JPad, with what you do, transparency and accuracy, and being able to correct your inaccuracies. That is what media is all about. You
That's
know,
what media is all about.
we don't get it right every single time, 100% of the time.
No.
But when you get it wrong, it's okay to go back on, retract that statement, and correct it, because we're human as well. You know,
Absolutely.
but transparency is very key, and you know, we demand transparency, and we demand transparency from the state, and that is what I was pushing for when I was pushing for justice for Cello, as I will continue, just like these
Absolutely,
two
because the
brothers right
fight's not over. See,
here.
yeah, the fight's not over, man. You know what I'm saying? But go ahead, P. I'm flex on, brother.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
for sure. Um, I want to give Deontay his flowers because he is a dynamic podcast. Before we had our online radio station, we had a Roku channel. We had kind of our podcast network.
Yes.
Deontay, without hesitation, was like, go ahead and add my stuff to there. It's called the Social Experiment. If you look up on YouTube. The guy is
Yeah.
Dynamic. I was just getting
his
ready to say that.
podcast, and he's in order to, and I think the path that he took was to go get his master. So he concentrated on that. A lot of unity movements, and a lot of people. And Deontay for mayor, he shook city council. Uh,
Yes,
A
he
number of
did.
times.
man,
Yes.
family member.
Yeah.
Got to give him his flowers regardless. Just his podcast, and I wish he would have just kept doing it. If
Yeah.
that's the beauty of YouTube. YouTube archives. You can
Yeah.
go back and go check out social. If I'm correct, he have like uh, Shannon Pulliam. He
Okay.
interviewed. He would say 40 to 50 shows. You can look up in YouTube and see the social experiment. But
Hmm.
just circling back to what Pat was talking about, I also want to shout out Fred, another leader in our community.
Yeah.
He
Salute.
used to call me the shooter. He called me the shooter because when stuff was going on, we popped up with the camera and just start hitting
The
record.
camera.
Whatever was scuffles in the street with the police, um,
Oh man.
the beginning of the Bayfront Highway, they weren't giving the minorities their percentage of construction contract, $300 million contract, which if you know anything about government, 10% of it is allocated to minorities. So y'all owed us like, 3 million, you know what I'm
Real
saying?
rap. I mean,
Yeah.
like, yes, indeed.
Drive. We owe. Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, that's 30 million. Let's get
I
our
was about to
math
say,
right. Out of
Pod, you
Oh
could have
yeah.
had
Yeah.
another zero.
yeah, out of 300 million, y'all owe construction, all the guys, in Erie, you owe them 30 million, and we know how much of the construction they got. But camera with Gary Horton, um, walking down the Broad Street where that thing, and a lot of people
Yep.
was
Hmm.
even looking at it then like, oh, he shook. Like,
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
it was a serious situation, and
Yeah.
I just want to shout out the pioneers and the guys that just around. You know what I mean? And even um, going back to me filming those weddings, I went and I got invited to CAT TV, Community Access TV.
Oh yeah.
Hmm.
Um, Evan Williams and King Joe,
Eben and
you know,
King.
they
Yeah.
they come down like, hey, this is a good place for you. So I ended up down there that I called Who Asked You. That was the name of the show. And
Who asked you? I
actually
remember that. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Who Asked You. And my motive before they came was actually Rob, my neighbor in the
Yeah,
hood,
I
yeah.
remember Rob. Yeah. Yeah.
African
Wow.
American.
Wow,
So
man.
this media thing,
Hmm.
it's deep rooted, very serious. And when Trump, his first administration came, I was like, I'm not going to say his name. I don't. But this time around, we have been, but
Yeah.
But
like
Yeah.
campers, you know what I mean? We've been on it. We talk about it. Uh,
yes, we
me,
did.
we mess around with the stock market, so a lot of what's going on with the market related.
Hmm.
So whatever happens in the news, you need to pay attention. I heard people today. I can't. Oh, it
Mm.
was like and I was picking her up for the airport. They watching Cardi B right now.
Yeah, P. Tell them
Yeah,
about
but
monetizing your message.
Yeah. So, um, as a radio station on the flex, uh,
Yeah, yeah.
uh, the only other black person that I can remember doing that was Uncle Ben. You know,
Mm,
he had the
Correct.
AM channel.
He
yeah,
did.
Was it 1040?
Something like
Something.
that. Yeah, 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 yeah,
yeah. That
yeah.
He had
sounds
an
familiar.
AM station. If one thing about
It
Uncle
was
Ben,
what was it? WBLQ? Was it called WBLQ or something like that? I
yeah,
can't
I
remember
believe,
exactly.
yeah, but it was, you know
BLQ.
what I'm saying,
It was an
and
AM show. Yep. AM radio station. Yep.
AM radio. And one thing about that man, you know, we're talking about Black history, and it's not in February, it's 365. The groundwork that he put in, coming
Yeah.
from Beaver Falls, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And GCAC put that thing together, and it would take for you to either attend his funeral or see the after effects of what he did. He was on so many boards.
Yes.
Yeah.
He was on the board
Yes,
Yes.
of
he
Murphy.
was.
He was on the board of
Yep.
Gannon, and he played
Yep.
ball with my dad at Gannon. They whole team went into Mel
Mm-hmm.
Witherspoon, Ben
Right.
Wiley, my
Yep.
dad, Larry
Mm-hmm.
Peacock.
Yeah.
So from where we come
Mm-hmm.
from, we have no choice but
Yeah.
to pop it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We have no choice.
Right.
You
Yeah.
Yeah,
know what I'm
absolutely,
saying? But
man.
you know,
Absolutely. And Craig,
all of them,
question
man.
for you though, Craig. I know this is you're the moderator on this show, but we're gonna moderate one time for the one time and ask
Absolutely.
you,
Yes,
how
sir.
does it feel now just being back in the saddle for a year in front of the camera and being independent from because our breeding ground was working in television, but
Yeah.
now that you've been able to transcend into an independent multimedia powerhouse, just talk about the feeling of how that feels, bro.
It's gratifying. It really is. People don't really realize the power of the media. And when we would discuss things, when the investigation was going on with Marcello, um, we would talk about things on social media and this and that and everything. And there's only so much that you can get from going back and forth in comments, especially if it's a real good post. You know what I'm saying? But to actually have somebody on and discuss it live on a podcast, um, there just brings more reality to it, and um, it it, uh, it was like riding a bike for me. Um, uh, I had no format going into the podcast. I just knew I'm going to come on. I'm going to treat it like a TV show because that's my wheelhouse. I'm going to introduce, and then I'm going to get in and start talking about content, and I'm going to make sure that I look right into the green light,
Yeah.
right, right, because that's where my
Mhm.
people are, right, and
That's where the
so
audience is, correct.
that's where they're at, and so I started to go, and I started to try to bring my wife up a little, and then she bowed out a little bit, and I said, well, it's etc. with the Woodards. You're not gonna roll with me. You're not. I said,
No,
well, you know
I
what?
remember we had that conversation.
You
Yes,
remember?
yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes,
And
sir. Yes, sir.
because you asked me about that, and I said, you know what? I said, JPAD, the show must go on. You know,
Yep.
um, I've worked too hard to just end this thing. You know what I mean? I said I can do it solo, and then a lot of the ideas started to come, and different guests and stuff like that, and that brings us to where we're at right now as well, where trial for Marcello, actually for Kevin Seelinger, is not going to be until October. So, how do you feel the time after you've covered it for 169 days and then up until the time that the preliminary hearing was over with? And that's going to be a journey. But I'm like, my main man Malcolm Pulliam. Malcolm
Malcolm.
said,
He
"Hey,
was in the
listen,
chat. Yeah.
yeah." Malcolm said, "C Wood, you are too valuable for you to not continue spreading this word." And he said, "I'm going to help a little bit, and I'm going to use some of my contacts and resources, and we're going to take your show and your skill set and have you interview some of these national families that have national cases." And that's what I've been doing over the last couple of weeks here. And
Absolutely. I've been checking it out, man. It's
yeah,
man, what a blessing to
yeah,
have this
yeah,
and be able to bring other people in
yeah,
that can share and echo the sentiment,
yeah,
about the injustices. You know what I'm
absolutely.
saying?
Yeah,
It's what we're here for.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
what we're here for, and we will continue to do that. But Craig, once again, man,
yeah.
big congratulations, man, because 68 episodes under your belt, that's not easy, man. A lot of people
No,
don't know. While we're doing our day-to-day things, me
yeah,
being in the music industry, Podge being in multimedia, and then being an entrepreneur himself, and you being all the things that you are. You know what I'm saying? This is
yeah,
not easy to continue to keep doing this. So it's a big credit to you, bro, because it's a lot. It's a lot, and people don't realize, like especially when you're having technical difficulties at home, or
yeah,
if you're trying to get a guest on and Restream's not acting right, or you
yeah,
know what I'm saying, or this, that, and the
Mhm.
third. It can get a little shifty, but you hang in there, and it's a test of fortitude. And when
yeah,
you have fortitude and you're channeling from the inside out, you will produce results just like this. And that's exactly what C has done, y'all. For everybody that's been watching, etc., with the Warders, I want y'all to know this. That's exactly what C has done. He's put himself on the front line. He's utilized his platform to bring about change and continues to bring about change, and being with the Down Syndrome Association and all of the things that Craig is doing. You know what I'm saying? Continue to just watch this platform. We're going to continue to support it. And anytime, because he's got the tech guys in the background. Just know that. You know what I'm saying? Like, in
yeah,
case anything goes wrong, he's going to get on the phone. We're going to make sure that we keep it going and we keep bringing the message to y'all.
absolutely. I want to pivot again real quick because I told him I was going to do this. I want everybody to take a look at Podgy Carter's glasses. Okay, these glasses are brand new, and they are making a an entrance on etc. with the Woodard's
Making
one
their
year
debut.
anniversary, episode 68. Take a look at them frame. Look at it.
Look at that.
Yes.
Yeah, the mellow man's looking sharp
And
these
Yeah.
days, man.
shout out to Jerron. Shout out to Jerron Hammond with the
Oh, with the lid, PAID lids, yeah. Yeah, I
yeah,
also wanted to give a shout out to our guy
ID.
over there in Erie, Gully TV. You know what I'm
Mm,
saying? Because he's also somebody that we have to put out there as a legend in media in
yeah.
the city. You know what I'm saying? For his platform
Without a
and
doubt.
for as
And
far
if
as he's come.
and I like to just piggyback off of that. I was thinking just a couple weeks ago, and I thought about what he's an author as well. And we have some of the same connections
Yeah.
and fellow authors, are tied in with some hood legends, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying,
Right.
as far as writers, Triple Crown Productions, those, and I believe he has a book that he had a lot of background and he had a lot to do with it, but all of that. But this is what I wanted to speak on. So the Haitian Jack
Oh yeah.
movie.
Mm-hmm.
He has a Haitian who Haitian Jack is
Man, that
Ghost
was
Tupac. That's
Man, listen, and
Haitian
that was
Jack.
so significant, and a lot of people, looked over that like it was nothing. But Millie took all the
Hmm.
risks and went and interviewed this guy. You know what I'm saying? And go ahead,
Yeah,
P. Hey, tell the story, brother.
yeah. So he was in L.A. or he was in Cali somewhere, and he had a T-shirt on saying "I want Jack." And at the time, that what's that Tupac movie?
All eyes on. It wasn't all
Mm.
eyes on me, was it?
Was it All
I don't
Eyes
know
on
if they had a movie that was called that, or I
Resurrection?
don't know.
Was it
Oh yeah,
Resurrection?
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
think
yeah. I think I remember that. Yeah, 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 yeah.
it was called Resurrection, and it's one of the video producers from back in the day. It was his production, and somebody went to do walking around because Haitian Jack, he had some issues with his character in that Resurrection or whatever.
Hmm.
He, he went back and forth with the producer, but some producer said there's a guy out here in Cali wearing a T-shirt saying I want to interview Haitian Jack, and power move, power move.
Big respect, big respect. Yeah, we had somebody checking in Asia. Craig, man,
Yeah,
isn't that something amazing
Okay.
about this being able to reach so many people around the world
yeah.
with our platforms? You know.
You know the crazy thing too. I check the analytics a lot through YouTube, and I was looking one time and saw that 5% of the audience um, lives in Canada, and I was like,
Wow.
I'm down here in Florida, and that's the reach that I got. Like wow, like it's incredible. And then so that just popped up. It's March 5th here in Asia, guys. Good night. He's tired. It's
Oh,
tomorrow,
it's tomorrow
today
already.
over there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So,
That puts it in
so
perspective.
I
How
mean,
far
it's
behind in time we are, and how far ahead others are, and it's
man,
another day already somewhere else.
yes. And watching us,
Right.
watching etc. with the Wooders, it's crazy, man.
Beautiful
This
thing.
is something else. Guys, let's play a game. I want to play a
Sure.
game. All right, I went through. This is something that I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do every year, right? So I have I put little notes down. I'm gonna show you guys little topics and stuff like on my little book,
Okay.
So I look down and I
Okay.
got a topic, and then
Well, we
I
from
would
that
write,
school, man. So to see you
yeah,
bring out that notebook, I ain't
yeah,
surprised.
you know what I'm saying. I look
Yeah.
down, so I know what I'm about to talk about,
Right.
But I pulled it
Mhm.
out and I started to go through, and I'm like, all right, let me just stop here, and I pulled and I looked, and I got a topic.
Mhm.
So I talked about this in one of the shows, and I want us to talk about it because I think it was a really good topic.
Mhm.
The topic that I stopped on was the continuing of soul food recipes. Okay, you know,
Mm.
I thought about this. I want y'all to put some thought on this. Give me what y'all think. So my story, right? My story here, man. My grandmother Fiola Roberts Woodard made the
Mm.
best baked mac and cheese and banana pudding ever. And I know everybody say that about their grandma,
Mhm.
but I'm like being real about my grandmother, right? Right. So,
Yeah, man.
when it didn't hit me um, while she was alive, but we have to um, make sure that we spend the quality time with our elders now if we're fortunate enough to still have them. And pretty soon we're going to be the elders, and we have to make sure that our young folks, our grandkids, spend time with us because I didn't realize, and I should have, but when my grandmother passed away, so did her recipes. Now, I know
Mhm.
that you got aunties and they can they don't cook it just like grandma cooks it though. You know what I mean? And so how crucial do y'all think it is? Because we all probably have a dish that's been passed on and that's been taught, and I was just thinking about that to talk about, man, and I really miss my grandmother's cooking, and you don't realize how much you miss a lot of those different dishes and meals until they're no longer here, right?
Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. P, you want to go ahead and chime in first, and then I'll jump in after you?
Sure. I was about to go grab some of this preserve that by the princess. Her aunt sends us these preserves. Hopefully, she'll come out. And
Nice.
my aunt, my aunt Mabel. Talk about family. I've had some of that mac and cheese. Um,
Mm.
Hmm.
mm.
Hmm.
But my granddad had 14 brothers. Throughout um, Western New York, Mississippi. Um, we got a big family. But my aunt Mabel, she was legally blind the last couple years of her life. But that peach cobbler, bro,
Yeah.
that peach cobbler over there on 21st and German.
Mm.
Oh my goodness.
Mm.
Mm.
I don't know anyone that carried it on. Now that you mention it, Craig, I don't
Yeah.
know anyone that carried. But her biscuits on
Yeah.
my dad's side, the Peacocks, Aliquippa, my big mama, she made the
Quip.
pineapple up coconut. Yeah, uh, it's and as an author, I went out and the people I was talking about on.
Hmm.
I was in a lot of workshops out in Vegas, and my mentor, she said everyone should time you're 50, you should have a book just to pass information
Yeah.
who you are and who they are and who they can be, and be tied in that information.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean, think about it though.
Abel's peach
Yeah.
cobbler.
Think about it, guys. Like, how far have many of these recipes come? I
Oh
mean,
man,
they. I
generations
mean,
upon generations.
oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine how far back some of these recipes have gone, and it would be
Mm.
such a shame for us to end it and not have it continue. So I started thinking about that. And I'm just like, man. So what I did, and then J Pat, I want you to give us your thoughts too. I years ago, um, I was an adult, maybe right after, probably when I was working for WICU, Jay.
Okay.
Um, I used to stop over at my grandmother's house, man, and I would say, hey, can you? There was two things that I used to do. Number one, grandma, teach me how to make your baked mac and cheese, and she taught me how to do it, But she taught me in the grandmother way. You take a pinch of this, you take a smidgen,
Smidget.
that grandma, what's a smidgen? Oh, it's
Amazing.
just a little. So I had years of trial and error, and I still haven't got it just right. I've done a couple of them that are pretty close, and I'm proud, but I haven't gotten it just right. And I've been working on it. So I used to ask that, and then I used to sit down with my grandfather, and this is how I know a lot of the stories about my family history. You guys have seen some of the posts that I put on Facebook and stuff.
Sure.
I
Yep.
would sit with my grandfather and say, Pop, tell me a story about when you were little. And that's all I would have to say. And I would probably get about 10 stories out of that. But he would tell me, here's the crazy thing. And then, Jason, I'll pass the mic. The stories that I've learned from my grandfather by sitting down listening to him has taught me who I am and where our family came from. And I
Mm.
learned so much from my grandfather because I used to sit and listen to him. I learned more about my grandfather than my dad knows about his own father.
Wow.
And my dad
Wow.
is 80 right now, and I was sharing a
Yeah.
story with him, and he's like, I didn't know that. I didn't know
Mm.
that. So I'm telling you, if you guys have the opportunity to sit with your grandparents, or if you're lucky enough to have a great grandparent alive, ask them questions so that you can learn about yourself. I'm telling you. And then it's your responsibility to pass that on to your
Pass it
children
right
so
along.
they know who they are and where they came from. You
Well
know,
said, brother. Well
yeah.
said.
J Pat,
Well
what you
said.
got?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. First off, I'm going to shout out the chat. Our guys are tapping in. LB, what up? Blunt Conversations podcast. I see y'all. B Boys TV was in there earlier. You know what I'm saying? My man C in the building. What's going on? New York checking in. You know what I'm saying? So we're definitely appreciating y'all tapping in. But as far as recipes and things of that nature, Craig, I of course my family in Erie was really small to non-existent. My mom was actually born here in Pittsburgh, and born and raised in Pittsburgh until about the age of 10, and then her family moved to Erie. You know what I'm saying? But the things I can remember, because my grandfather died, fellas, when I was like maybe 3. You know what I'm saying? So I never got a chance to know my mother's father. And as far as my dad's father, I never got a chance to meet him ever in life. His mother died before I was, of age. So I didn't remember her either. She met me when I was like real little baby, but she passed shortly after that. So I didn't really get a chance to tap in too much. The only grandparent that I really got a chance to latch onto was my mom's mother, my grandmother Clay, and she used to fix really interesting back of the woods type meals. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, cabbage and lima beans and
Okay.
and you know what I'm saying, neck bones
Yeah.
and things of that nature. And she really wasn't the type of person to pass the recipes down. So I
Mm.
kind of like feel where you're coming from with that. Even though when I got to connect with my dad's side, for those who knew my dad, knew he was a Southern guy. You know what I'm saying? My dad was from Fort Valley, Georgia. Matter of
Okay.
fact, that's where he's buried at. You know what I'm saying? Hot
Oh
chocolate
wow.
is buried in Fort Valley, Georgia.
Hot chocolate, boy.
Yep, hot chocolate. Yeah, yeah, yes, indeed. And a lot of people don't know he came to Erie in Major League Baseball. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
My dad played for the Mets and the Dodgers organizations.
Mm-hmm.
And so, you know what I'm saying? But his family, when I ended up moving to Atlanta, Craig,
Mm-hmm.
I found out a lot of, like family traditional things. Have I begun to try them? No, but I have at least gotten some knowledge
Okay.
on some recipes, and one of them is barbecue rib tips,
Oh
and
wow.
this barbecue rib tips that my family that was on really on my dad's side, they're really from right not too far from where you are, Craig,
Okay.
up in Jacksonville.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
So,
Couple hours.
so now people are learning a little history about J Pad. I know
Yeah.
I do not have a large family contingency, but the Mosleys are my family. You know what I'm saying, in Erie. You know what I'm saying, which is a small contingency of them. You know what I'm saying, but outside of that, really nobody else. You know what I'm saying, but and that's on my mom's side again. You know what I'm saying, my father's side, they're all down Georgia, Florida. So I learned some recipes from them, and I did get a chance to get a little secret on them rib tips. So I can't wait to give it a try. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if my rib tips are going to taste like rubber or what. You know what I'm saying? But I'll give it a try anyway. But the ones that I had in Georgia,
Yeah.
splendid, superb. And I do agree with you guys that we need to make sure that we connect the old generation to
Yeah.
the youngest generation and in between, and gather as much of that knowledge as we can. A little secret that my mom, I moved back to Pittsburgh to take care of mom,
Yeah.
and because my mom's 87 years old, guys. You know what I'm saying? She's up there a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I'll be 54 next week, by the way.
Mm.
And so, with mom though, what I've been doing since I've been back in Pittsburgh, fellas, and she really doesn't know this, but we'll have rides in the car, and I'll sit there and I'll pull this out, and she doesn't know it, but I've
Mm.
been creating a memory in a scrapbook
Oh,
by her just talking. You know what I'm
nice.
saying? And so that way the generations will never ever. Oh yeah, see, I have tried your cooking, and it's excellent. He makes these vegan dishes that are fantastic, and you guys know, just conversing with P, that we've changed our diet up significantly over the
Yeah.
years. And so, but yeah, Mom's gives away some of these little gems and secrets and things of that nature. While she gets very talkative while we're on our little rides wherever it is that we're going.
Mm-hmm.
So while she's doing that, she doesn't know it though, but I'm hitting the record button, and I'm creating a scrapbook. So, the future generations that would like to remember what it was like back in the day, back in the 30s and the 40s and the
Yeah.
50s, they can get an accurate record and an account, you know what I'm saying? And knowing where our people come from, because her people are originally from her mother's side, are from Lewistown, which is right outside of State College.
Okay.
So that's where my mom's people actually come from, and
Yeah.
then her father moved. His family was originally from Mississippi, but they settled in Pittsburgh, and that's where our family kind of like has its roots on her side. And like I said, the family down south, and I was fortunate enough to get with some of the elders there too, Craig, and
Yeah.
get them to talk to me about the history of the family down there, because I didn't really know them too well. You know what
Okay.
I'm saying? And got to know them over the course of time, since I, lived there, and I was able to, get some good information and whatnot. But yeah, I think it's really important, man. Keep connecting to the past. Keep the family traditions alive. Keep, the younger generations in the know of what the older generations meant to the family. I agree.
Great conversations, guys. Great conversations, man.
Yeah,
Listen,
man.
listen, listen. It is episode 68. This is the 1 year anniversary of Etc. with the Woodards podcast. These two gentlemen have kicked me off at the beginning, helped me behind the scenes, spent hours on the phone, ordering equipment, coaching me and guiding me to get to the point of where I'm at today. And I love you both. I just adore both of y'all, man, and I really appreciate that you guys have never rushed me. You've always taken your time. You've called me when you could and spent the ample time with me to give me what I needed to not just feel confident to go on, because brother's confident, but to
Absolutely.
to know that, hey, everything's gonna be working if you do this, and y'all both were
I
just
told
really,
you. See, I stole a
man.
piece of confidence from you, bruh. Like,
Yes,
the way you be on camera, man, it
yeah,
made it
man.
easier for me to learn how to be on camera. You
And
know what
you
I'm
do
saying?
a great job, man.
Thank
And,
you.
and I'm telling you, we go way back, so I
We
know
do.
where you were compared to where you are right now. Night and day, brother.
Absolutely.
I'm telling you, man.
Thank you, bruh. Thank you.
It's so great to grow, but it's even better to grow with two people that you love. You know what I mean? And so I just really appreciate y'all. I couldn't have done this show without having you guys on here. It wouldn't have been right. What the hell was I going to talk about without being having y'all being on here,
Yeah.
man? Because I think the story is compelling, man. Because
Man, it's all
people,
good, man. It's all
yeah,
good, bro. That's what we're supposed to do. And now hopefully the followers and the watchers see the solidarity that we have as brothers. You know what I'm saying?
yes,
And know that there's strength in numbers, and there's
yep,
still a contingency of us that are willing to stand with you. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying? And just know
yeah,
that we're a phone call away, a video chat away. Just stay locked in. Stay locked in.
absolutely. Give me some last words before we wrap up. Prodigy, last words just on the anniversary show.
For sure. So, um, what I would like to say, um, and that's a very important part of this.
Yeah,
You never, and you don't make it a purpose. Purpose finds you.
yeah,
So, with that being said, him being younger than me, I'm closer to Chuck's age, his brother Chuck. So I was around him, but I would see Cello as trying to find his way. He bumped his head a lot of times. But one thing with is dying. Uh, uh,
yeah,
him buying bikes, backpacks, in the community.
mhm,
That's a fond memory, and I think a lot of the end of
yeah,
it just want to vilify him, Um, he was a
Yeah.
wonderful soul, and he looked out for the cookout. Saying so, whatever type of back to school things on, if they needed bikes being backpacks, if they need gatherings where people were just eating, and being around him, he was the person who had a great time.
Yeah.
So that's the part I want everybody to take away from. We didn't talk a lot about the trial, the situation. This is something that catapults of etc. with the Wooders, and like Pat said, the impact, the history that we all just need to kill losses. I mean, he lost his life. It's definitely it's a lesson.
Yeah.
A lesson for us to see our intestinal forum, people who we had no idea how black, and how much each other's back we had.
Yeah.
But and it goes beyond just being a black person, with integrity. Because I don't want to just single out, because us growing up in Erie, in the field over here on 21st Street, and it wasn't all black kids.
Right.
Hey, friends,
Yep.
Spanish friends.
Yep.
It's just one thing that I'll never forget. Dr. King said, "It's only one race, and that's the human race."
That's right. That's right. Right. J. Pat, parting words.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I just wanted the audience to know that that Black independent media is here. When you see us, you see Black independent media. I just began doing a live broadcast from the USA and the UK this week. I'm on blackcultureradio.com, based out of London. And big shout out to Black Culture Radio for having me and DJ Holland on. And you can check us out. Black Media is here. The lovely radio show is tonight, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, on 7 p.m. on the West Coast. That's me, Miss Toy, K-Wise, Dahlia, and Ben Frank and Goons. We are all in there for West Coast Warrior Wednesday. Make sure you check us out tonight. And always tap in, and I mean always, with etc. with the Woodards.
Absolutely.
Congratulations, Craig. We love you, brother. We love you. We love you like we all family here, man. Y'all know this. Y'all know this. We family. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
All the people in the chat that tapped in, even the guy from Asia or whoever that was from Asia. Thank you for tapping in tonight. Continue to tap in and continue to support this movement. And Craig, we stand with you, not behind you. We stand with you in solidarity, arm by arm. Anytime you need us, we're here, brother.
I appreciate it, fellas. I'll tell you what, man. These guys are class acts. I really appreciate them being with me tonight and really catapulting me to the level that we're at right now with etc. with the Wooders. I want you all to stay tuned. Sunday night at 7:30, I will be back for episode 69. I am going to be speaking with student minister Victor Muhammad from the Nation of Islam. Muhammad Mosque 22 down in Pittsburgh is going to join me. We're going to talk about discussions in Erie, how we can improve race relations, all different types of stuff we got going on etc. with the Woodards on Sunday night at 7:30 right here on Facebook, Instagram, and the YouTube channel. For J-Pad, for Podgy Carter, I'm Craig Woodard Sr. This is the 1 year anniversary of etc. with the Woodards. Thank you so much. We are out. Thank y'all. Thank y'all.
Peace, y'all.